The centre has appointed Swaminathan Janaki Raman as the Deputy Governor of the Reserve Bank for 3 years. Janaki Raman is currently the Managing Director of the State Bank of India, and he will succeed Mahesh Kumar Jain, whose tenure ends on the 22nd of June. Shifting focus to another important story regarding the banking sector, the Reserve Bank of India has issued a clarification after its circular on compromise settlement with willful defaulters kicked up a storm. Ritu Singh is here with more details. Ritu, what was the controversy and how has the RBI responded?
Well, if you recall, Parikshit, in the last few days since RBI announced that banks can enter into compromise settlements with fraudulent accounts or willful defaulters, there's been a whole lot of pushback, whether it is from bank unions who have openly written a letter asking RBI to withdraw that rule, and from political leaders like Jairam Ramesh, who question why RBI is giving a free hand to willful defaulters by allowing them to reach an agreement with the banks. Now, there's been a clarification coming in from RBI. Firstly, that this, the idea of entering into settlements with willful defaulters is not at all a new regulation. In fact, it has been in practice for the last 15 years at the very least. All RBI has done is brought in more transparency and tightened some of the existing regulations to ensure that at the end of the day, there is better recovery avenues for lenders who are anyway looking at settlements with willful defaulters as per existing rules. So it very clearly says it does not dilute any of the existing rules as far as the penal action for willful defaulters or fraudulent accounts is concerned. In fact, those guidelines continue to remain applicable in cases where banks enter into compromise settlements with such borrowers. RBI says whether it is, barring such willful defaulters from setting up a new company for after a 5-year cooling period, not allowing any new bank loans to them as long as they're classified as these accounts, or another 5-year cooling period before they can actually avail fresh loans after repaying the full fraudulent account. All of these continue to apply. There was also one of the measures in the new guidelines which said that there will be a minimum cooling period of 12 months after which banks can enter into compromise settlements with such borrowers. There also RBI has clarified that the existing guidelines which mandate a 5-year cooling period for willful defaulters and frauds continues to apply, and that was more of a general provision. The idea is to avoid inordinate delays which erodes the value of the asset and enable a faster resolution process, and more importantly, it brings in more regulatory entities into the fold like cooperative banks that can use these guidelines to ensure that there is faster and better recovery.
Right. Thanks very much, Ritu Singh, for joining us with that important story. Let's move on. Sources have